Yeah, so check this out. So I'm here with Sean. So I'll give you a quick preview of what we've been working. I'll talk about the details a little bit more, but I will share the most important details. So we've been doing the head and arm choke. There's so many different variations that people like to do it, but I spent 3 months just drilling this choke over and over, and I discovered an easier way that maybe you've seen before, but so far I haven't seen anybody else do this. And this idea came to me when Master Marcio showed me how to do the regular triangle. So stay with me here, because I'm going to show you the regular triangles first, and then I'm going to show you how that applies with the head and arm triangle choke. So check this out. I'm here with Sean, and a lot of times when people go for the triangle choke, guys, they push the hand in, or however guys you got here, they get to this position here, right? They have the shin, they're starting to go away, but they're pulling their shin like really tight to the head here, right? Super tight. They lock their legs up and they start to squeeze. So it looks like a very tight triangle, and maybe if I squeeze long enough, I'll finish it. But the point is, when I did it that way, I was actually missing the most important part, which is his shoulder that I want to be pressing into his carotid artery. So my right thigh is pushing into the carotid artery. On this side, see big fat thigh pushing in there. And on this side, I need to keep the shoulder in the equation. So instead of taking your leg and bringing it all the way up here and locking up where you can't even see the shoulder is missing, what I do is I put my leg across the lat. And this is the detail Master Marcio showed in class, and then it went over everybody's head. Everybody's still doing this, yanking that. No, behind the lat. You see where my leg is? So now look at this meaty portion of his shoulder that's available. Now I'm able to squeeze my knees together, lock everything up, and look at, he's not happy here. I'm able to apply the pressure field and get a submission because I'm actively pushing that lat and shoulder into his neck. Which one was tighter, number 1 or number 2?
Number 2.
Number 2. So there's many ways that you could do the head and arm choke, but the idea, guys, a lot of times you get here, we get this type of position, and we really forget that we need to do the head, right? And shoulder, head and shoulder, right? A lot of people grab like this, they grab like this, they squeeze like this, and they're not putting a lot of pressure on the lat. So I came up with this idea, this cheat that gets the lat every time. So there's many different setups. For today, we're going to do super basic. Once you guys get mound position on top here, I'm going to slightly roll his shoulder up and put my hand behind his lat and connect my left hand together, right? So if he puts his shoulder on the floor now, it's okay. My hands are underneath his lat. Step 2, I'm using my head to find his shoulder, right? Not my neck and head to head. I'm using my head to the shoulder. So if he tries to frame his hand out, it doesn't matter here. Step 2, I come up, knee slice across, and lay down next to my partner. And look, he taps way earlier before I put my chest on the ground. So the tip for today is just make sure you're getting the lat with the head and arm choke. And we'll cover this in more details. I just want to give you the preview. So the second thing I want to show you guys, a lot of times by the time you get here, let's say you got everything, your partner catches their near side leg and hugs it nice and tight. Go ahead. And when you try to finish, you're like, oh man, I can't finish. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to look to put his shoulder back onto the floor, drive my head to the ground, and run my feet forward to create this pressure here. Look at how he lets go. Why? Because he had to. Then I adjust everything behind the leg, head to the shoulder, move my body away, and start to apply the choke to finish. Right? So that's, whenever someone grabs the near side leg, you're still gonna be okay. Just drive your weight forward. So the smarter thing, and I discovered this back with my friend because I did it to him like this, he's like, let's see what happens if you grab the other leg. So grab the other leg.
With the...
Yes, both legs. You're gonna grab, this leg, and you're gonna be more to the side. This way, because now all of his weight is to the side, very hard for me to drive that same pressure. So that's way better, because now it doesn't work the same. So if you're gonna defend by yourself time, look to grab the opposite leg. But that's for another day again. So a lot of times though, when people grab this side and you start to push forward, they're going to roll over this back shoulder and go to their knees. Go roll this way. Yes, to escape. Okay, so let's talk about this. Back up again. You're on the bottom. So let's say I got this position, he's grabbing his leg first. I start to drive, he starts to think he's gonna lose it, he moves his head out of the way and he rolls. Right, he rolls here. So all I'm going to do to stop him here is my hand's gonna go behind the head here. So here, it's okay. here is better. So if he tries to roll away from me, it's much harder. And all I'm going to do from here is bring my right leg up, left leg up, hug my thigh, sit back, and look to get this arm bar here, right? You don't need to, for now, bring the legs over. This is fine. So those 3 variations. So quick review, the shots on the bottom. So step 1, lift, get underneath the shoulder, underneath the lat, get this position. Step 2, it's not head to head, it's head to the shoulder here, nice and tight. Step 3, I come up, knee slice across, and then I start to get nice and flat. Look how early he taps. It's super tight. If you guys get to that position and you start to finish the choke, but he grabs his leg and you're like, God damn, it's not working. Drive this way to put his shoulder straight to the mat, drive your shoulder into the shoulder. Look how he lets go. Then I could adjust, find the leg head to the shoulder and start to flatten out and finish the choke. And the last one, and that's the one we're gonna do next, if I start, he grabs his leg, I start to drive into him, he rolls away from me. As he rolls, I'm switching right hand to the back of the head. Let's try a little bit, a little more. To the back of the head, so I'm able to at least use this to start forcing him towards me. But instead of forcing him towards me, I just put the hand behind the back, left hand, right leg comes up, left leg comes up, grab my thigh, sit back, pinching my knees tight, control the wrist, control the hand, arm bar here. So this, like for beginners, this is a great way to finish, but once you get here, just take your leg over the face here. Makes much tighter control, because this is not very difficult to escape. So you could finish with this variation here, and apply the pressure this way. Or you could also, do it one more time, or you could pass that leg right away. You know, I'm here, he rolls back, boom, I get to here, you step up right leg, left leg could go like this, and you end up, boom, keep falling, boom, and get this position. So you could do the 2 variations, but that's just an idea. You could get an arm bar. So what is the best way to defend and buy yourself some time for this new choke is just basically grab the opposite leg. So if I get to the side here, instead of grabbing the same side leg, he's gonna grab the other leg and fall to that side. So now it becomes much difficult for me. So yeah, he defended the choke, but now at least I'm able to start working to the back, which is still like better for me here, right? Whatever back position you guys want. I like this position a lot, one of my favorites, right? Boom, boom, arm bar. Okay guys, so let's add that second defense when someone rolls. Pass the head behind, do the simple arm bar just to kind of play with that idea, okay guys? And then also try grabbing the opposite leg and your partner try to finish the choke. See how by grabbing, let's say if the choke is on this side, instead of grabbing the same side leg, grab the opposite leg and fall to the side here, and see how much more difficult it is for the partner to finish the choke. And the good news is, no matter what happens, you're still in good position. If you can't finish the choke, you take the back. Okay guys? 1, 2, 3.